What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to cover a very common issue that a lot of painters have, even the more experienced painters, and that is how to avoid getting those runs on the edges of your panel. Now, I saw Paint Society make a video on this, and that's what gave me an idea to make a video on this, so shout out to him for the idea. I like the way he handled it, but I handle it differently, and it's just the way I've been doing things for a long time, and it's always worked for me. So I figured I'd share that with you guys today. All right, now I went ahead and threw our first coat of base, our sealer, and our first coat of base on here, but I realized there's something really important that I should have mentioned before I did all that. If you know that you're gonna be painting over an edge on two panels, the very first thing you wanna do to avoid getting those runs on your edges happens before you even start laying paint on the car. What you want to do when you're prepping this thing is you want to block down your edges really, really good. I'll see if I can get a clip from when I threw the sealer on so you can see how both of my edges were almost down to metal. Now, the second really important thing I can show you here on the second coat, when you're applying your base, you want to walk your panels out. Now, I personally don't do this when I clear a car, because I feel like my overlap is very inconsistent, which when I do it in my base, I can see it in my base. Like right here, for example, you can see it's a little bit lighter, and that's because it's very hard to keep your overlaps consistent when you're walking a panel out. But when you're applying your base, for the sake of not overbuilding your material on those edges, you want to walk your panels out. I didn't even mention what we're doing today, but this is obviously a RAV4. It's got a new door skin, repair on the fender. I think there was a repair on the quarter also, and then we're blending the quarter. My second coat, you guys know I don't go too heavy, and this is a blue that doesn't seem like it's covering very well, so I may end up having to put an extra coat of base on this thing. Normally I would go heavier on my second coat. In this case, this way I could potentially avoid having to do 4 coats, but it's really cool out today and I hate waiting for my shit to dry. So I'm just gonna go a little lighter here, and that's it. We'll see how our coverage is after this flashes off. So to my surprise, it looks like we're covered. So while we put this drop coat on, I wanna explain to you guys, those 2 tips that I gave you, there's a much bigger lesson inside those 2 tips. So I'll tell you exactly what that is while I put this drop coat down. And for the sake of time, for the rest of this video, we're gonna just focus on those 2 panels. So both of those tips that I just gave you guys have one thing in common. If you've done something numerous times and you know you're gonna have an issue, especially in this line of work, the best thing you can do is be proactive. Get ahead of that issue. Ask yourself, okay, I've been here before. I know what's gonna happen. So what can I do before I run into that issue to help prevent that issue from occurring? If you think like that as a painter, you're gonna cut down on the problems you run into drastically. Like in this case, if we know we sometimes get those runs on the edge of our panel, what can we do to avoid that? Well, like I said, first, sand down those edges. Leave no material on those edges. This way, you have a better starting point than you would otherwise. And not only that, when we're applying our base, if our overlap isn't absolutely perfect, it's not gonna affect our job as it would with our clear coat. So let's walk our panels out. This way, we're not loading up our edge from our fender and loading up our edge from our door. Now, with that being said, this thing is ready for clear. So I'm gonna go mix it up, and then I'll show you my unconventional way of doing this. Maybe some of you guys do it this way. If not, let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know how you take care of it, because I'm always looking to learn too. All right, so today, our weapon of choice is our PRD 815. I have, again, my Omni Pro 161 with the slow hardener, which is like really a medium hardener because they actually only have slow and very slow. It's weird, but whatever, it's slow. I wish I had very slow because it's kind of hot in here. Don't know what PSI I'm at because I don't use a regulator, as you guys know. If you don't know, go watch that video. And aside from that, fan and fluid wide open. Let's get into it. Now, what I do is actually very simple. When I get to the edge of my panel, I don't stop at the edge and flick out. I don't stop before the edge and flick out. I should have started up here, so let me do that. What I do is I go past my edge, right? So I pass here, and then I flick out. So we're going past our fender and flicking out, just like that. And then, once I get to the part of the fender that gets skinny, I go all the way across my fender. This way I know when I'm doing my fender, I don't have to worry about the bottom of it at all. So you see what we got now, right? What I'll do is go to that wet edge and then flick out. Just like that. And now, because of how we applied it, we only have our normal 50% overlap layer of clear on that edge, which is exactly what we want. It's the same as if we were just painting the door. It doesn't have any more clear on that edge because we're painting panel to panel. That's our first coat. I'll bring you guys back for a second. All right, now we're back and we're ready for our second coat. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, but I'm gonna go from my fender to my door on this coat rather than my door to my fender. If you know why that is, drop it in the comments right now. I almost jumped the gun. Look at this. You see those little strings coming off that clear? You don't want to see that when you're putting your second coat on. You don't want any clear transferring from your glove or from the paper to your glove. It's almost there. Probably needs about another 2 minutes. All right, we're all set for a second coat. The only thing I did was turn my pressure down a little bit. So we're gonna go from our fender to our door, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go past the edge onto our door, and once we're on our door, we'll flick out. And you guys know I move a little slower on my second coat. Now, the reason why I'm going from fender to door this coat is because when you're coming at that edge from this angle, you're hitting the outside edge of your door and the inside edge of your fender. You don't want to hit the same edge of the edge twice. So by coming this way, now we're hitting the outside edge of our fender and the inside edge of our door. And you see again, when we come to that wet edge, I flick out, just like that. And we already did the bottom of our fender, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, that's all set. I'm gonna clear the rest of this stuff up, and then I'll bake it. I'll go get some lunch, and I'll bring you guys back to see the finished results. All right, here's our finished product. Check out our edges. You could see our edges look beautiful. We did get some minor buildup, but that's to be expected. Even when you're painting a single panel, you will get some buildup on that edge, but it's within OEM standard. So yeah, that's the method I use. You guys saw how I put this clear down with our PRD 815. Came out beautiful. Anyway, I know this was a short one. I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed it, got any value out of it, or if you were entertained at all, if you could, drop a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a bunch. And until the next time, peace.